Welcome to the Traders Market Intelligence Report, brought to you by WealthBuildersHQ.com. This update is for Monday, August 25th, 2025. As we get started, keep in mind everything we look at is for education. Nothing's meant to be advice or recommendations. And I don't have a camera on here because we are actually celebrating. I am, all dolled up for beach wear type environment. Today is my birthday, so you all need to start off by singing happy birthday. I'd appreciate it, but yes, it is. Today is my birthday. But with that being said, I wanted to get a video out to you guys for sure, especially after this. What happened? I mentioned the other night in our inner circle on Monday. Was it Monday? No, it wasn't Monday. It was Wednesday. 2 nights ago, right here. I mentioned that I had 5 or 6 text messages. I don't remember. I have to go back and count them again. I did that night, of, oh my God, the world's coming to an end. Yesterday, I said this on the update for Trade with Rob. Hey, I'm really not that concerned about it. We've broken through before. Do we close down below? We did a little bit. Are we going to come back up? Today, we gapped up before the Jackson Hole announcement came out from Powell, and we skyrocketed off of that. And that shows up on our list as a red event. It was day 2. We didn't expect much from day 1. Day 3, the market's closed. Who the hell cares? It's Saturday. You're not moving the market at all with what you say on Saturday, right? There ain't nowhere you're moving it. So I'm not really too concerned at all with what happens tomorrow. But today was the day, right? Trump was scheduled to speak at 1 o'clock today. 10 o'clock was Fed Chair Powell speaks. Jackson Hole Symposium was all day. So, I mean, we had great announcement from Powell. It looks like we may need to change to lower interest rates. We're getting near 100 basis point difference from where we were. Blah, 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 blah. And you can go in and read about his speech. If you click on details, it'll open up and tell you a little bit about it. Same with the symposium. Right, when we look at next week, what do we got going on? What do we got happening, baby? Well, Monday and Tuesday are all orange reports. Some of them when the market is open. So we could have some important moves there. These are 8:30. So are they important? Yes. Are they going to affect our trading? No, because the market's closed. Unless you're doing futures, unless you're trading futures. 10 o'clock in the morning, pending home sales. That's a big report. Waller speaks at 6 o'clock. I don't know what's going on. I heard something that one Fed chair had resigned. I don't know if this had happened previously and they're just announcing it now or talking about it now. And then, of course, there's another one that's under investigation for mortgage fraud that in 2 weeks she bought 2 different homes in 2 different states and claimed both of them to be primary residents. So I know there was a call for her to resign. She said she will not. It's being perceived as a good thing if she does resign. There'll be 2 spots that the president will fill with individuals that are definitely more inclined to want to reduce rates than keep them higher. Friday, we do have a higher report, again, important report, but it's at 8:30, so not really much to do there. And then 10 o'clock, we've got the consumer sentiment numbers coming out there. Okay, so overall, we got some interesting stuff happening in the economic events coming up. Today was just wonderful. This was like a rising 5. We don't have that, right? But we had this pullback in here and just bam. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then up, right? Rising 3 is the pattern. But we made a great candle today. The gap up was in anticipation, I believe, of what Powell was going to say. And then once he spoke, if you look at the SPX on a 5-minute chart, let me see. Can any of you guess where he spoke? Anybody? Can you guess? Try? Maybe? Yeah, of course. There's a 10 o'clock candle. It ends at 10:05. That's 10 o'clock. He was a 10 o'clock speech. It came out fairly quickly this morning. I did watch a little bit of what he was preaching on this morning. So we're right back up near 64.8134. I'm going to see if I can back that up a little bit. 64.8134 is our all-time high. Today, market is closed, right? We're 6 minutes shutter out. We're up almost 100 points. We had a high of 64.7889. 64.78 versus 64.81. As far as I'm concerned, we are right there. We are right where we need to be. I am stoked about what's going on right now with the pattern. So now let's look at the where. Where does it go? If you've been following along, and hopefully you have, you may notice a couple of different lines in here, right? So we've got the Fibonacci that moved in here, and then we drew an A, B, C pattern in there, and we came up with these very long lines. This green line, this purple line, and there's a black line up here somewhere, okay, which is a 100. And now you're going to notice I'm sorry, it's right here. My bad, screen. It's right there. Now you're going to notice there's another 618 there. Why? Because I drew an A, a B, and a C off of here to say, do we get any confluence? I deleted all the other lines because they gave me nothing. They did not overlay with anything. But this 618, you see it's shorter? That's how you know, right? It's going right to the C candle. That's where it's going to pin from. Look at this one. See here? This pins to the C from back here. So you know which one is which. That confluence, 6511, 67, 6504, 6511, pure confluence. Man, as far as I'm concerned, it's dead nuts. It is right on, just spot on there at that point. So that 6481, big level. 6500 and 6500, 6504, 6511, major resistance in there. And then if we get above, we're at that 100, which is from our ABC pattern. If we do that, if we go from ABC, if we measure what the distance was from where we started the run to where the run ended, and I'm going to be off a little bit. I'm not trying to be perfect. I don't really care. If I duplicate that, and now take this over to the bottom of it, over to the C. Oh, I can't do it like that. Darn. Should have scrunched down a little bit. Okay, let's delete that out. Let's do it again. You couldn't see it all. That's why I didn't have the room to get to it. If we come here and put the bottom where the C is, you can see we come right up into, again, I'm just dropping. It's close, but it is exact, but it's not hitting exact because I'm just drag and drop. But 867.76, 867.76, same exact number. That green line is our 100% line. That is a doubling of what happened. So there's our fib. From our pullback, we double up to there. So that 66.34 is a tremendous level of importance, but a lot of resistance here. 64.81 all the way up to 65.11. You really have four lines there. What you're not seeing is a 6,500. It's kind of an invisible line, but any 100-point level on a 1,000-point index is important, right? I'm going to delete those two angled lines that we put in there. And then, we haven't really talked much about it because there hasn't been a need for, but 67.65. Rob, what the heck is that? This is 41.81's next line. That black line right there, 41.81, that is a natural Fibonacci level. It's a natural Fibonacci line. And then this is the midpoint. That 54.73 is the difference, the center between those two lines, 41.81 and the 67.65. It's right in the middle. That 67.65 is a major resistance line. If you go back and look at the 41.81, do that for your homework. Go look at what happened at the 41.81. We played, we went down, we went up, we went down, we went up, we went down. We played around that line for a bit. We failed off of it nicely. We bounced off it nicely since hitting it the first time. We're going to be in the same place at the 67.65 level right here, right? So real interesting what's going on right now. When we look at the VIX, fear, oh, look at that, baby, 14.25. 14.25. What a gap. What a go, man. Oh, man, the Shevitz. It's not an accurate candle because I had my real-time data shut down and started to back up again. But, woo, this is freaking awesome, right? Great move on VIX. If you are a seller, back away a little bit. Less contracts, or more specifically, not less contracts, but what are the words I'm looking for? You want to make sure you got the right candidates to do this with. If you're a seller. We talked about this the other night in Inner Circle with Tripp, who does Covered Call Explorer. And he stated, and I quote, "It is getting harder to find good premiums. Iron condors are almost non-existent at this point. It's getting harder and harder to get our hands on it." Right? Something with good premium. And that is because how low the VIX is. We like the green zone. As a buyer, you pay a little bit more, but it's affordable. When you get down in yellow, if you're a buyer, man, you're in heaven right now because you're paying the lowest lows, smallest spreads, lowest volatilities at all. And this is the first, it's probably the first time we've closed down below that 14.5 level since December of last year. This is the first time we've been down below it. So overall, me, one very happy camper. All right? Very happy camper. Let's get rid of those big bars because it throws things off a little bit. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Birthday surprise for you. Powell announces that we're going to potentially, right? He said a lot of that in there. have those increases take place again. We'll see what happens with some of the Fed presidents. There's two of them that are on the kind of on the chopping block there. So we'll see what happens with that and what the appointments bring for that as well. And Powell's time is up in May. He will not get a second term. I guarantee it. Yes, Trump did elect him. He did choose him, rather. Not elect. He chose him. But he will not get a second term. I don't care what he does. He could drop rates right now to 1%. He will not get a second term. Absolutely not. Whatsoever. So there is also the understanding or the belief that we may actually get a half-point cut. Now, I don't know if it's going to happen in September. I think the one after September is where we might be looking at a half point. If he drops a half point right now, he's telling the world, I suck and I have no idea what I'm talking about. Right? We waited too long. Darn, this is our overreaction to it. It's not a good thing for markets when that happens. I'd rather see quarter, consistently, over and over again, slow and steady. Everybody's expecting it. The numbers are telling the same tale when you start looking at the economic numbers, unemployment, PPI, CPI, all of those. You want to see those numbers staying in line, right? And we're raising and or lowering based on that, not just, oh my goodness, it's too late. Right? 2008. It's too late. Bam, bam, bam. Just, rates. No, sorry. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, you have a great rest of your day. Yes, it was a longer video, but I hope you got some good stuff out of it. You got some great levels to start working with. Look for confluences of moving averages and make sure to wait for the breakout and retest or the pullback and the bounce before you take the trade. With that, have a good weekend, and I will see you all next week. Bye for now.